There's a story to be told. It's not so long, tales for young and old. Won't you come along? Dee diddly die.
Oh! Hello there, me friends. You caught me dreaming about a very special holiday coming up. Can anyone tell me what that holiday is called? Oh, you're very fast. That's right. It's Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. I do love this time of year. The mornings can be a bit frosty, which doesn't bother old Orin, you know. Do you know why? Yes. It's because I'm covered in all this hair. It protects me from the cold water and the frosty air. What do you use to protect yourselves from the frosty air? Yes. Okay. Most everyone said they wear the winter coats and warm jumpers. Those are all very important. Hats, mitts, and scarves. Yeah, they too help keep the cold away for you humans. Anyways, I also like all the special treats that my precious wife likes to make during December. There is nothing more delightful than spiced trout buns with seaweed frosting and a cup of berries tea. Oh, that sounds so good right about now. If anyone would be interested in that recipe, just let me know. I also like to visit other folks leading up to Christmas. I bring some festive cheer, maybe a party piece or two, and I enjoy the treats they share with me. Now, when I was a young otter, we didn't get as many sweeties and treats as the lads do today. No. Times were tougher back then. There weren't a lot of extras going around, you know. I remember Old Man Murphy. That would be Farmer Murphy's father. You know Farmer Murphy, right? He's the one that sang a Christmas song for Sheena last year. At Christmas, yeah. As I was saying, I remembers Old Man Murphy. He was a hard-working farmer who never had a lot of extras. But what he did have, he always shared with us critters. Did I ever tell you of the story of the Christmas Calamity of 1951? No? Well, find a comfy spot if you can and I'll tell you. Okay. 1951 was an odd year. If anything could go wrong, it did. It seemed like seasons had gotten together and organized a revolt of sorts. From the 1st of January of 1951, everything went nutty. It seemed to be warm when it should have been cold, and cold when it should have been warm. The poor farmers had an awful time preparing the fields. They just couldn't predict when the best days were going to be. Needless to say, crops were getting late putting in, the grass wasn't funny, or the grass was funny, actually, too. It didn't want to grow. Poor otters. Poor Orin's mind. It stayed short and stubby, week after week. Normally, there would be a cut of silage in early June, but not this year. Believe it or not, even the river was wonky. Our spring runoff was nearly non-existent. The water level got lower and lower, much earlier than it should have been. The trout had to swim further away to find the deep's water enough, so that meant the otters had to swim further away just to catch a few. And they were small, because they had limited food to feed off as well. So, as you can see, we had quite a calamity on our hands. Food was scarce for man and beast. At harvest time, in the fall of the year, There wasn't much to harvest. We were all just barely scraping by. Before we knew it, Christmas was just around the corner. Usually Old Man Murphy would hold a party for everyone down at his barn. He would hang the garland and the tinsel, some baubles, and some makeshift Christmas trees. All the animals would come and enjoy the festivities. There would always be a large spread of goodies and sweeties and treats. And we'd sing the old Christmas carols. This year was different, though. A few weeks before the celebration date, I found Old Man Murphy sitting down by the commode by himself. I swims over to see him. As I approached him, I saw a tear rolling down his cheek. He was broken-hearted about the upcoming party. He said he had nothing to share this year, so he felt he needed to cancel the whole thing. I listened and waited for him to finish sharing his heart. I felt very sad about his decision. But then, all of a sudden, I remembered a very important verse from the Bible that I thought I would bring him some encouragement. It's found in Philippians 4:19. And my God will meet all your needs according to his glorious riches in Christ Jesus. Great verse. After I shared it with him, he smiled and thanked me for the thoughtful words. He got up and headed back to his chores. As he walked away, I got an amazing idea. I went around to every animal and friend I could think of. I asked them if they would be willing to share a little bit of something that they had and bring it to Old Man Murphy's barn on the date I gave them. Without question, everyone agreed and understood what I was doing. They knew he was having a hard time, and we all wanted to bring him some Christmas cheer. Sure enough, we arranged everything without him finding out. We decorated the barn and everything. Old Man Murphy's wife helped us out as well. So on the evening of the party, she convinced him to come down to the barn to see something. Well, down he came, and oh my, was he ever surprised. We all shouted, "Surprise!" when he opened the door. I saw another little tear come down his face that night. Yes, but it was a tear of joy and thankfulness. So, that's the story of the Christmas Calamity of 1951. It felt so good to share our things with the Murphys. And from that time on, we agreed to always share something for the party. Do you think it's important to share with others? You do? That's wonderful. You see, God can use you and me to be a blessing to others by sharing even the little we have. Well, I've gone on long enough. I should be heading back home. I thinks I can smell some of Mrs. Orin's goodies in the wind. I'd better check them out. Mind yourselves. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
There's a story to be told. It's not so long, tales for young and old. Won't you come along? Tee-diddly-die, tee-diddly-die, tee-diddly-die.